Next question, the member for Guelph.
Mr. Speaker, my question is for the Premier. Early this morning, during debate on Bill 31, the Premier said that he wanted to reduce the power of government. But Bill 31 does exactly the opposite. It places an unprecedented amount of power in the government's hands. Invoking the Notwithstanding Clause is the government using big power to suspend people's charter rights. So how can the Premier say he is reducing power when he is using the heavy hand of government power to suspend people's charter rights?
Premier.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, there won't be any rights taken away. It's going to be very clear. Every person in Toronto will be able to elect their elected councillor. Every single person in Toronto should be able to pick up the phone when they have an issue and call their councillor, and every councillor should go to their door and answer their request. My friends, I did it for 4 years, and I took care of more than one ward. I took care of a dozen wards. Because you know why I took care of a dozen wards? Because the existing councillors were ignoring the phone calls. They weren't calling people back, and through you, Mr. Speaker, I still take municipal calls every single day on transit, on housing, on infrastructure. Because the average constituent needs help.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, through you back to the Premier. Invoking the Notwithstanding Clause, the very definition of that is suspending people's charter rights. That is a huge, big power grab. That's exactly why people like former Prime Minister Brian Mulroney said, I don't like the Notwithstanding Clause. It's exactly why former Progressive Conservative Premier Bill Davis has condemned the Premier's use of the Notwithstanding Clause. Using big government power to change the rules in the middle of an election campaign has never happened in Canadian history. Mr. Speaker, the legal costs are mounting. How many taxpayer dollars is the Premier prepared to waste on his scheme to interfere in local Toronto elections?
Premier.
Through you, Mr. Speaker, and to my friend and member from Guelph, we should start focusing on jobs. I'll have to tell you a quick story. We had a company come to us, a company from China that wants to employ 400 people, a window manufacturer, and guess what, Mr. Speaker? They wanted to go to Guelph, but Guelph refused them. Who refuses 400 jobs? I don't understand it, but I'm sure there's jurisdictions all around Ontario that would love a glass company to come to their riding. Come to Etobicoke, come to Scarborough, come to any of our MPP's areas. They'd be happy to take 400 jobs. But the member from Guelph didn't want the 400 jobs over there. He'd rather come down here and argue.